great sign appeared in the sky, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. She was with child and wailed aloud in pain as she labored to give birth. Then another sign appeared in the sky. It was a huge red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and on its head were 7 diadems. Its tail swept away 1/3 of the stars in the sky and hurled them down to the earth. Then the dragon stood before the woman about to give birth, to devour her child when she gave birth. She gave birth to a son, a male child, destined to rule all the nations with an iron rod. Her child was caught up to God and his throne. The woman herself fled into the desert, where she had place prepared by God, that there she might be taken care of for 1,206 days. Okay, so we have the introduction of a third character, the woman. Well, the woman who gives birth to a son who rules with an iron rod, of course, is Mary. And why is she crowned? Because she will be crowned as the Queen of Heaven, or rather, she was crowned by God as Queen of Heaven. So Mary, in John's vision, is pictured as a queen, as the Queen of Heaven. And it also says that Satan went to wage war on her offspring. How is it in the Bible that we have this passage that talks about Mary's offspring? That's because Mary is to play an important role in the apocalypse. Satan is going to go after her offspring, those that love Jesus, those that witness to the truth. He's going to go after them, but they are Mary's offspring. They are her children. They are under her protection as the Queen of Heaven. That's why she is revealed as the Queen of Heaven, because she has the most significant role of protection for God's people during the apocalypse. And she herself will triumph over Satan. That's how God has made it. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels battled against the dragon. The dragon and its angels fought back, but they did not prevail, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. The huge dragon, the ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan, who deceived the whole world, were thrown down to the earth, and its angels were thrown down with it. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, "Now has salvation and power come, and the kingdom of our God, and the authority of his anointed. For the accusers of our brothers is cast out, who accuse them before our God day and night. They conquered him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of the testimony. Love for life did not deter them from death. Therefore you rejoice, you heavens, and you who dwell in them. But woe to you, earth and sea, for the devil has come down to you in great fury." The celestial battle between Michael and the 2/3 of the angels that were committed to God, and Satan and the 1/3 of the angels that rebelled against God, was let loose upon the earth. And mankind was brought into the battle. It says, from the quote that you just heard, it says that they overcame the devil by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. In other words, those Christians that hold steadfast and live and pursue God and allow themselves to be washed clean by the blood of the Lamb and keep getting up and trying and fighting the good fight, they overcome evil and they defeat Satan. This is the battle that has engrossed the earth. And this battle will come to a climax during the apocalypse. It is during the apocalypse that the battle will come to its fullest fruition. It'll become the greatest war between good and evil. And for a while, evil will triumph over the whole world. And for a while, the true Christians will be under the feet of evil. But they will have the protection of Mary. And they will go underground. And they will survive. And they will do everything they can to live the way God calls them to live under these very trying circumstances. And the true church will not be Catholic. It will not be evangelical or non-denominational. All of that is going to be purified. There will be one body in the end after the apocalypse. It'll be a new church. For he knows he has but a short time. When the dragon saw that it had been thrown down to the earth, it pursued the woman who had been given birth to the male child. But the woman was given the 2 wings of a great eagle, so that she could fly to her place in the desert, where far from the serpent she was taken care of for a year, 2 years and a half. The serpent, however, spewed a torrent of water out of his mouth after the woman to sweep her away with the current. But the earth helped the woman and opened its mouth and swallowed the flood that the dragon spewed out of its mouth. There's even a passage about Satan spewing forth a torrent of water to sweep her away in a flood. Well, to me, very simply, that means that he's going to create the biggest malicious attack upon Mary and her children. He's going to spew it out of his mouth. He's going to speak it. He's going to have a media campaign. He's going to attack. He's going to defame. He's going to say, these people are the ones who are holding us back from peace in the world. And that they will be attacked. But it says that the earth swallowed up the torrent. To me, that means that the church is going to be underground. That it's going to be hidden. That the people are going to be trying to survive every way that they can. Maybe off of the earth in this particular case. The earth seems to be taking a particular role. Then the dragon became angry with the woman and went off to wage war against the rest of her offspring, those who keep God's commandment and bear witness to Jesus. It took its position on the sands of the sea.